What's going on? Dylan Conrad, Metabolic AF. Today I'm going to talk to you about eat McDonald's, lose weight. Before I get into that, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, turn notifications on Spotify, iTunes, hit that bell button, leave a review, put notifications on. All helps the algo, helps me help more women like you. All right, let's get into it. So, eat McDonald's and lose weight. My client Ashley, I interviewed her. If you haven't checked the interview out, I cried like a little bee at the end. Which is very rare for me, by the way. Like, I'm not like a crier guy. Like, I've been to like a lot of funerals and knew them really well. Did not cry. But I cried. She made me cry, which was awesome. But she was talking about. This has nothing to do with me crying. This is at the end. This is something different. But she was, she's a travel nurse, and she said, a lot of times I'm on the road. I don't have a whole bunch of time to meal prep. I'm a travel nurse, and where I am in my position, like I might not have as much money, so I need to go to the dollar menu, stuff like that. And she was able to lose 30 pounds in, I think, less than 6 months. I think it was 5 months total. That she's still going for like another 20. So very excited to have the final interview with her. But how did she do it? Fat loss hierarchy. Ladies, okay, I revised this, by the way. So fat loss hierarchy for women specifically, for men it's way different. For women, number one, most important thing, hormone optimization. Then we're looking at recovery, so sleep, rest, all that stuff, stress levels. Then we're gonna look at calorie intake, protein intake, carbs and fat balance. This is very important for women. Then we're looking at exercise, and then we're looking at food typology. So I'm not saying that the type of food you eat does not matter. Still follow the 80-20 rule. If you're eating 1,800 calories, you're a woman. For fat loss, 20% of that is going to be 360 calories. You're like, how do I come up with that number so quick? I just take the first three numbers and double them. Pretty easy. It's just like tipping, right? So, as you can see in the fat loss hierarchy, the type of food you're eating matters the least. Yes, it still matters, right? Inflammation still matters. But if you're able to keep the overall intake under 20%, you should be pretty good. Now, obviously, it's not like black or white. It's not like once you go to like 21%, you're fucked. Right? It's like 30, 40, 50. It's like you see less and less results, more and more inflammation, right? But our client Ashley, she said, I just never thought I'd be able to stick to anything. Like I've seen results in these programs, and I've done them and got really good results, or I fell off immediately, and like I never thought in my mind that I'd be able to stick to it. The difference is, and the habits she's created is, she's like, I just feel like this is very sustainable because like I can eat on the go. When I don't have the best access to food, I can go to fast food, and I can fit it all into my macros. It's key, her macronutrients. So she has a total amount of protein to hit, total amount of carbohydrates, a total amount of fat to hit, and she can eat whatever she wants as long as it fits into that, right? And sometimes it's like ordering off the McDonald's menu that's like healthier stuff. Most of the time it's like burger or whatever it is. It's like just fitting that into your macros. If you don't know how to track macros, by the way, it is a skill. By the way, people are like, oh, I tried macros in the past. If you try it without a coach, it's very, very different. Like the first time I did macros versus the first time I did macros with a coach, I was like, hey, here's my check-in sheet. I did awesome this week. And he's like, you fucking did not do awesome at all. He was like, you didn't kill it. I said to him, I remember in the email, I was like, hey, Huggy, just killed that first week. Like, looking forward to the changes that you're gonna give me. He's like, first of all, buddy, you didn't kill it last week. This is what you did. This is what I need you to do. And I was like, oh shit, okay, that's the game. Like I have to get more dialed in. So it was that and just the consistency you're able to like experience. You're like, oh, okay, this is way different than doing it on my own. With macros, if you don't know how to track them, by the way, go on Instagram at Dylan A. Conrad. DM me macro tracking. I'll send you my free macro tracking guide. It will break down exactly the step-by-step process on how to actually track your macros. I don't go into detail on like how to set them, but if you look on my Instagram, you can see different macros for different hormonal profiles, PCOS, menstrual cycle, peri, intra, or post-menopause, stuff like that, because those macros will change. I'm fine giving you all this information, by the way, for free. Like, take it, please. I want to make content so good that you guys can just see results by doing it. Also, like, I'm a coach. I understand that 99.9% of this is mindset and habits, and like actually getting the coaching so you can stick to it, because you can really get, an okay plan anywhere, right? Obviously, it's not going to be for your hormonal profile or your female physiology, but it'll be okay enough to see some results. It might be painstakingly slow that you like want to murder yourself, but you will be able to see results by actually doing it. It's the adherence to that, right? So that's what matters the most. So take the first 3 numbers of your calorie target and double that, and that's going to equal your 20%, because you want to make sure you're staying under 20%. And research shows time and time again, another reason she saw such good results wasn't just like that she could fit that in her macros, but research shows chocolate at the end of the day, and I guarantee if they did this on like any cheat meal, if they did like McDonald's at the end of the day, you would see better results because you can stick to it, longer, and you can also, I think, and which is really interesting, the 2 AB group they took the restrictive diet group and then restrictive diet with chocolate at the end of the group. And at the end of the day, the group that actually was able to stick to the restrictive diet versus the group that stuck to the restrictive diet with the chocolate at the end of the day, the group that had the chocolate at the end of the day saw better results. It was like the same exact macro, same exact everything, right? It's like, how did they see better results from the same? I think it was cortisol. You know, it is stressful being on a restrictive diet. I've been on one before. It's like, fucking, dude, when's my next meal? This just sucks. You're like, wake up every day like I want something else to eat. It's very like daunting. When you have cheat meals included, you're like, oh, this feels fucking awesome. And I think that helps regulate cortisol and regulate stress. So eat McDonald's, lose weight. This helped you. You know, I want to help more people, so forward this to a friend. Happy whatever you're watching this on. I love you, and I hope this was helpful.